It's Micatron over here with episode 6.
It's your boy Action Jackson.
Yo,
Wow.
yo, yo, it's your boy Skinny Penis.
I don't think we're out. Can we say that?
Probably not.
Yeah,
Man,
I know the moderator.
I want to start off by because at the beginning of the season we looked at power rankings and stuff, and it was a pretty crazy list. But I don't even care about the power rankings. I care more about like the teams that were doing really good at the beginning, teams that were doing bad, and where everybody's sitting now. Like, what's some teams that like has shocked y'all so far this season? Like,
Honestly, I remember the last time we did this. I mean, I don't really see any changes like the Jets.
no,
I mean, they're still doing pretty good.
Okay, so we had the Bills at number 1 at the time, and they're sitting at number 5, strong at number 5.
Yeah.
Below the Cowboys, 49ers, Chiefs, and Eagles. And the Vikings, they're at number 7. And they
on our previous list or the current list?
I went to the NFL. These are the current ones. I went to the NFL, and this is what's posted up there.
Who's number 1?
Huh?
Who's number 1?
Philadelphia.
Okay, that checks out. Who's number
rightfully 2? So. Rightfully so. Chiefs. Chiefs are number 2.
Who's third?
49ers.
Over the Vikings?
Over the Cowboys, who just destroyed the Vikings.
Eminem wasn't even on the list? That's crazy.
Right. Yeah, it's a crazy looking list. Ravens sitting at number 11.
Where's Carolina?
Carolina?
Top 20.
I don't know about all that.
Huh?
More like
y'all beat the Broncos.
28.
Calm down.
28 out of 32. Let's go.
Right. You better than the Bears, Rams, Broncos, Texans, and the Bears. Man, record sucks. I hate when a record defines the team.
Bears. Damn. What's up, B-Money?
The Bears are having the same issues we are. I mean, we can't close out. We've proven to close out the games, but last week was just some utter bullshit.
We needed it because we're kind of struggling. I don't really have any topics this week, Brian. All mine were last week and we missed it.
It's all good. Did you guys do it on a Friday last week or something?
We didn't
for
do it
Thanksgiving
at all.
No, that's what I thought. I was like, wait a minute. I actually do have some topics. I wrote them down the other day.
I have one question I want to ask before we get into that though.
What's up?
Who do y'all think the best receiver is in the NFC East right now?
So we're talking about Eagles. So you got AJ Brown, CeeDee Lamb, Scary Terry.
Yes, sir.
And Giants don't have anybody. I mean, their best receiving option is
Saquon is their team.
I kind of like got baited into like the whole TikTok thing of CeeDee Lamb being the best receiver in the East right now because he has 856 yards.
If I guarantee you, if there was a draft that was happening today, and you had to pick a wide receiver, AJ Brown would go first overall
every time,
and out of that division every day of the week. I would take Scary Terry second, and then I would take CeeDee Lamb.
I would still take Devontae Smith before I take CeeDee Lamb. I'm being biased, very biased.
Yeah, I mean Devontae Smith was definitely. I mean, he won a fucking Heisman as a wide receiver. You know how hard that is?
Right.
Like very hard. But his game, he's got. I don't know. He hasn't wowed me enough yet. He definitely was a great college specimen. He's a great route runner. But I would take CeeDee Lamb because he's more of your traditional number 1 receiver. Got the build for it. Got the 50-50 ball. Right. If I was drafting a slot receiver, yeah, I'd take Devontae Smith all day.
I will say
Smith still got some good catches. I mean, I've seen him catch.
He does, no doubt. But like, I'll take CeeDee Lamb. Well, at this moment, as it sits.
I just want to bust about the route running real quick. During that Colts game, man, he was straight cooking.
Yeah, I know. We watched the same game.
Oh, speaking of that, I didn't even get to ask you, how was the game, bro?
So it was good. Win, lose, or draw it's always nice just to be in Lucas Oil Stadium. It's my third game that I've been there. First one was with Jason. The Colts won 27-24 against the Dolphins. And then every time I've been since then, we've lost. So sort of thing,
Do it for the team.
What was your reaction when you needed that 50-yard field goal to beat me and they blocked it?
Yeah, so obviously I'm rooting for the Colts, but I'm also in the back of my mind like, hey, if we have to kick some field goals today, I ain't mad about it either, because I got to beat Mikey, and I got the kicker for the Colts, and he hit the first 50-yarder. I was like, okay, there's 5 points right there. I need, and he lined up to kick a 59-yarder. I was like, okay, he's got the leg for it. Let's do it. And then it gets blocked, and as the ball was fluttering in the air, a lot of things were going through my mind. Fuck, it just got blocked. Fuck, it didn't go in for fantasy, and fuck, are the Steelers going to pick this up and score a touchdown or return this or something? So in that split second, it felt like time slowed down. It was just fluttering in the air like, oh, fuck. Like getting fucked from 3 different angles here. Like, what's going on?
Speaking of field goals, I know we lost. It is crazy how good of a kicker you can have to, instead of most teams normally in our position would have went for the Hail Mary, that you can send a kicker out there so casually. I mean, he missed it, don't get me wrong, but he didn't even miss it by much. If he put a little bit more in it, like a little bit more power to it, just a little bit, that would have went in and he would have broke his own record.
If that was in a dome, I think it goes in. If it's in Mile High, I think it goes in. It was close. I watched it live. Like, holy! What was cool? So on the ride out, right? We drove out there. I put the hotspot on my phone, had the iPad out, and so I had the Sunday ticket on the iPad. So we were driving to Indiana on Sunday. Was able to watch the game. So we watched that. We watched that whole thing unfold, the 2-point conversion, the whole 9. So yeah, it was close. He almost had it. I mean,
like I said, most teams in that position probably would have went out for the Hail Mary, whatever.
The fact that it wasn't blocked, because you in order to, it's going to come out so low. So the farther you are out, the lower that ball is going to come across that line of scrimmage, because you're trying to slowly get it up to altitude, then because you're trying to carry it. You're trying to push it forward before, more so than getting it up. So it travels closer to the line of scrimmage the further out you are, which is why you see longer field goals blocked more than a 30-yarder.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's like I said, most teams would gone for the Hail Mary in that, at that position, but we casually sent out. I mean, don't get me wrong, like I said, a little bit more power, he probably would have had it. Like you said, if it was in the dome or something like that, it probably would have went in, most definitely.
Like we have to remember, Justin Tucker set the record in a dome, and it bounced off the crossbar the correct way. So that's like perfect scenario, perfect situation. Like the only way it could get more perfect is if it was in a dome at Mile High. Like that's it.
Oh yeah, most definitely. But still, even with the circumstances we were in, because remember it was also windy too, because of the storm. It was a storm. The game got delayed because of it was raining real bad. So there was also other factors to get into it. But even with all the conditions, he only missed it by like a yard or two.
It's a nice weapon to have in the back of your pocket, which makes me wonder why you lose so many games late. But whatever.
Speaking of the game, do y'all agree with the call for that touchdown for the Jaguars?
I understand the rules, but I don't.
It looked like a catch to me. It looked like he tapped the foot once and then he got it down again and also put his shin on the ground.
If you watch it live from the angle, man, it looked like he was already out when the shin hit the ground. That's the issue right there. Because I was watching it, and I was watching the replay while his shin hit the ground. It already looked like his ass was out on the out of bounds marker. So I mean, it's like, as a ref, don't get wrong, it puts you in tough situations. I get that. But at the same time, I don't agree with it. I don't care. Nobody said I agree with it. Yeah.
I think it was because a shin constitutes a knee or 2 feet or whatever.
If that's the case, they should have gave Dez Bryant that catch a couple years ago.
Oh, that's why the rule changed to get more clarification. There's a reason that and Calvin Johnson is the reason why they had to break it down to where like it's almost redundant. Like we start to overthink catches now, whereas before, you know, you have to the reps are like you have to spell it out for me, otherwise you're gonna get these judgment calls.
Yeah.
So and it's still a judgment. What the fuck is a football move? I mean, tell you know, me moving it from one side of my my right arm to my left arm, is that a football move? Is, you know, me reaching forward a football move? Like,
no, you
I don't know, man.
A human being on a stiff arm is a football move.
Yeah. I mean, Juan knows about that. So
what about Jordan Love, y'all? Man, he brought the Packers to life, man.
It was a good throw.
Man, I'm just saying, I feel like if they would have, if the Packers would have had any more time on the clock than they had, they might have actually been able to tie the game back up.
I mean, I'm surprised it took him to like the third quarter. Same with the Colts. You know, I don't know what it is. Hey, you have a top 3 rushing quarterback in Jalen Hurts. We should probably, I don't know, put a spy on the motherfucker at all times. It doesn't matter. Like, contain this motherfucker. Like, he was he gashed us. Like, there was no bigger gaping hole than Jalen Hurts with the game-winning touchdown against the Colts. I mean, he just walked in.
What about your mascot?
And then
he celebrated with Hurts.
Yeah, well, he kind of, but then he did his patent pending little one pump, you know, with the big old belly.
And then when it comes down to that spy, at that point, that what matters after that is how shifty that quarterback can be. Because, like I said, I've seen teams spy us, and it still don't work. Because Lamar just be doing shit in that pocket. Like,
I as long as, you know, if a guy's there and he gets shook, whatever, that's football, baby. But what's not football is letting Jalen Hurts on 3rd and 10 fucking just walk it in 10 yards, you know, for the game-winning touchdown.
But you know what gave him the lane?
Moses himself could not have parted the Red Seas any bigger.
It's better to try it and get juked out than to not try it at all.
No, look. So you got the best center in the league, possibly, in Jason Kelce, who Jalen Hurts followed the whole night. Jason Kelce went right and pulled everybody with him, which that's what gave Hurts the wide open lane. And
they talked to Zaire Franklin, believe it or not, who is filling in for Darius Leonard, the best linebacker in the league, bar none. Don't go fucking at me. Who Zaire Franklin is filling in for him. He leads the league in tackles. He was somewhat responsible to tackle Jalen Hurts, and he said, "Hey, why'd you do this? Why'd you not?" He's like, "Well, he watched the film, and earlier in the season, Jalen Hurts." In that same situation, same down and distance, same team, threw the ball. He threw a jump pass, so he still had to stay with this guy.
Right.
So, again, it's just you know, I like to see a safety, especially in the end zone, when the back of the end zone is an extra defender. If that's the case, take a safety, and that's like a safety is physical enough and athletic enough to take down Jalen Hurts. Most of them are. Like, I don't want a linebacker. A linebacker can get shook pretty easily. They're kind of big. You know, DN's not going to be able to do it. But a safety, it's the same height, weight combo, and they're used to kind of tackling in the open field. So that's what I would have done. I mean, I'm in Madden, I know that's what I do when I'm in the red zone. But a safety quarterback spy. Because he's just going to sit in the middle of the field, and if Jalen Hurts runs, he's after him. If not, he's sitting in the middle of the field. Most passes go to the middle of the field. I'll intercept a tight end, you know, slant in or something like that.
But see, me, when I play Madden in situations like that, especially if I know, like, if I play a team, like I said, with the Eagles a lot, I play a lot of people with the Eagles and stuff. Most of the time, for one, I'm going to have their receivers snuggled up. You know, I ain't letting that go. And most of the time, they try to take off, but sometimes I put 2 spots. Like, even if I do, like, one of my linemen, because I don't like taking people out of coverage. So even if I do one of my lineman spot, I'll normally have 2 of them. Yes, I need a pass rush, but I rather you know, not give up that, because eventually, you know, I don't know, it forces them like to either throw it out of bounds or do stupid stuff. Now to run, I still can't stop that to save the life of me.
Yeah. Hey, wait, the fuck off. All in all, the game was fun. Enjoyed it. Being on the field for the warm-ups to be able just to see how big these linemen are. Like Mo Alley-Cox, tight end for the Colts, 6'7", 270 pounds. A man that big should not be that athletic and fast and quick. Like that man. Like he stood 2 feet in front of me. And I was like, there was a shadow being cast on me from the fucking lights. Like he is a dude. And just seeing how they warm up to is pretty cool. Just the different types of, it's like a whole choreographed thing, man. Like the way the DBs go out there, catch passes, the wide receivers will catch passes because it gives more reps for the quarterbacks to go out there and just kind of sling it. So.
Oh, another thing too is we were talking about it before we started this podcast, whatever. But who do you think should start for the Jets? Zach Wilson or Mike White?
Say that. I'll ask you this question: do you think the Jets can win the Super Bowl this year with either quarterback?
No,
probably not.
Okay. Do you think they can win a playoff game?
At least one.
Depends on the seeding.
Yeah, I think they feel like they're gonna kick one, and depending on who they match up against.
I mean, so they'll probably take the 6th or 7th seed. That means they're going to be taking on the Bills or Kansas City, right? In the divisional round or the wild card round, right? Do you think they're winning that?
I think if they match up with the Bills, possibly. Kansas City, probably not.
So now you have to ask you your question. If you don't think you're going to win a Super Bowl, which is literally the only one team does a year, you have to start thinking about the future. Obviously, Jets fans are not used to winning, so they don't know how to handle it. So, of course, they want to win as many games as possible just to have some kind of hope in their sorry team. So, with that being said, you have to also think about you invested a second overall pick, rather, in Zach Wilson. Now, Zach Wilson doesn't seem like to be, he kind of looks the part, right? And he kind of is starting to act the part, too, and probably not the best leader. Kind of self-entitled. His family owns JetBlue. Like he grew up with money. He probably grew up with an entitlement, and you can kind of see it the way his press conference was, and the way he kind of, treated. Did you let the team down? No, man. You had more punts than you had fucking first downs or completions. So yeah, you let your team down.
See, me personally, I look at
Chargers, and I don't carry them bitches around.
Right. Yeah, so I got it separated into, if you look at my screen, it's separated into top 5, then you got the next 5, and so on, and I'm gonna take, say we put the Eagles up there, and then if you think the Eagles are better than it, if you think the Chiefs deserve to be up there.
Oh, I see what you're saying. From left to right.
We could pull the Eagles this way,
Yeah.
But I ain't gonna lie, I kind of put my top 5 right here in the bottom. I don't know if y'all agree with that, but I was just kind of messing with it.
San Fran. Yeah, I'm not mad at that.
But I mean, this is.
I would swap Minnesota and Dallas, I think.
See, the problem is the way Dallas handled Minnesota.
Yeah, but everybody has bad weeks, bro. So are you telling me that the Redskins or the Washington football team is better than the Eagles because they handed them their only loss?
Why are you taking my battery?
See, that's not what fully determines. No. But because really, if you want to put it that way, I guess if you got a good point. If I want to put it like that, I can also put the Cowboys here because the way they handled them as opposed to the way we handled the Vikings,
Yeah.
So I mean, I see what you're saying. We could say, I definitely think the Cowboys are definitely there. But how you
start? Let's start.
Number one. I mean, obviously I'm going Philadelphia first. That's my biased pick, but I'm definitely open to options.
Yeah, I take Philadelphia number 1 overall. What do you think?
Okay.
Who's best in the league?
Best in the league.
Yeah.
Chiefs.
All
right, so I'm putting the Eagles all the way down here, and we're putting the Chiefs all the way up here. I mean, look.
The Dolphins. Dolphins ain't even in the top 5.
Hey.
What kind of league you been watching? What's their record? 2 games.
Hey, put my boys up there.
In the top 5?
Hell
no. Baltimore's not going in the top 5. No. No shot.
Give me 1 second.
No shot.
Thuggins is going in the top 5.
Yeah, 100%. No, I don't like that. I'm putting the Eagles number 1, and that's just me personally.
Eagles, Cowboys, Eagles, Chiefs.
What? No San Fran? No Dallas?
Yeah.
I like what you got right there, Mikey.
Do me a favor.
Chiefs is number 2 if
You got Minnesota, Dallas, San Fran. Minnesota, Dallas.
Huh?
Yeah, wait.
They go to bed.
Are we doing? Is the podcast live, Mikey? Are we doing this right now?
I don't know.
Where's he at? What's happening? Have you not been recording?
Yeah, I'm recording. Oh, I got the first one. All right, the first 2. So, we'll get on the line.
I'm Eagles. Yeah, we got Kurt Thuggins. Put him in there. Put him in there.
Yeah, okay. I'm putting Dallas above Minnesota, and then Minnesota and San Fran.
Minnesota and the Dolphins.
Look, we can make final adjustments.
Anyone else agree? Mikey, what's your take on putting the Dolphins in the top 5?
Oh, they're definitely in the playoffs.
Okay.
Yeah, they're definitely in the playoffs, but
for sure.
But
they could lose the rest of the games.
Okay, but we're talking about currently in the NFL. They're not in the top 5, bro.
Oh, yeah.
No shot. There's 5 teams that are better than the Dolphins.
Worse record than the Dolphins.
Who?
Cisco's got
I'm gonna put Giants.
Dolphins are 8-2.
What do you think, Juan? Dolphins in the top 5?
Well,
I think we count the whole season, yes, but I don't know about
we're doing right now.
We're talking about right now. This past week.
A couple weeks ago, maybe.
Look, Dolphins and 49ers played this weekend.
Yeah. Okay, and then this will switch next week.
I will definitely update it.
Okay, number 6 is the Dolphins.
Number 6 is the Dolphins.
The 49ers.
$10. Even better.
No.
Even.
No.
I'll take the line then. I'll take the line.
I'm busy. All right, and then see, this is where it gets weird. Cause
we can't keep ignoring the Bills.
Y'all ain't putting Buffalo in the top 5.
Obviously, you're putting.
5.
Obviously, you got to put them, but okay, then where are the Jets going? Where are the Giants going?
Right. I mean,
where's Carolina going? Because they're not going too much lower than 10.
We're losing room here. We're losing room.
I'm telling you. And then no, you're crazy.
Then where Baltimore going?
I know Baltimore's 25th, 6th.
That sounds about right.
Right.
You can go ahead. Okay, we do know that Houston's going. You can go ahead and move them to the bottom.
Okay.
Go ahead and get them off the list. Okay, and then the Browns are going to go down there.
Browns are down there with them?
That ain't that bad.
I don't think.
Yeah, but okay, then who rounds out the bottom 5?
The Browns are at least 21 to 25.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah. I like that. Yep. Okay. Yep. I like that. So we got the Saints, the Steelers, the Colts, LA.
Hold on. I think we're about to have yes sir. Let's let Brian look at what we got so far.
What I'm saying. Oh, is he new?
Yeah.
Yo, what's up?
Yeah, look at our rank so far, Brian.
This is not final.
It's up for interpretation.
After the biggest Super Bowl champions, all the way down to 30.
I like that bottom row, though. I like that bottom row, Brian.
I mean, the Colts are definitely bottom tier.
Bears.
But I'm thinking Carolina's going behind Buffalo.
Maybe in front of Philly.
Hey, man, you need to stop lying to yourself, bro.
What about the Bengals?
Okay, Carolina can at least go in the top 20.
What about Joe Burrow?
We'll give you top 20.
Yeah, I'm putting after this last week's performance. If we're going off all the games from last week, yeah, 100%.
Make changes to it after we get everybody.
Yeah, here's an important question I got for the group here. Are we doing this based off the body of work, like the season, or I mean because if that's the case, then the Steelers, wouldn't be in the bottom there. They won. Like
we were just messing around.
Partially, I would.
Yeah,
like I said, like once we get everybody on the list, we can kind of like go from there. Like
if we're going off last week and we're going off wins, then everyone that wins is at the top.
It's not off the wins. It's more so off of like,
how they play.
Like like the team recently.
Like rankings.
So did every team in our top 5 win last week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. So they deserve to be there. Did the Dolphins? Did the Bills? Did the Bills win Thursday night?
They did barely against the Lions.
Okay.
That's what I'm
did
saying.
the Dolphins win?
I'm not talking about all wins here. We're like,
Yeah, we gotta take body of work into account. I think at some point.
Well,
okay.
You can't keep leaving my boys out, man.
Are the Ravens top 10? Did they make the top 10 this week?
Well, let's fill out who's after Buffalo. I would put the Bengals. Bengals are by Buffalo.
Yeah. Okay, but then you've also, I like this. So we got 2 more for top 10. Put Baltimore behind the Bengals.
And then I think you got to put Tennessee.
After the Bengals or after the Ravens?
They just lost to. I would put the Ravens first, and then the Titans.
Okay.
What about Mike White's Jets, bro? They're not top 10.
That's not. They're probably 11, no doubt, but they're not. That's not sustainable. I don't think.
Okay, I like that. I like them at 11.
Okay.
But see, here's where it gets weird because
Washington's hot right now.
How are the Giants?
Yeah, but are they over the Giants?
Because of the losses?
I'd put the Giants there behind the Giants.
Then Washington.
Yep. Okay, and then
Seattle. You can't forget about Seattle.
Yeah, I would actually put Seattle in front of New York and Washington personally.
Ooh. Put them in the middle. Yeah. Put them in the middle. Yeah. Okay, and then what about?
Because right now, if the Seahawks were to play the Giants, well, I think they already have, and I think the Seahawks won.
You know, like what I'm about to say. Yeah, what about the Patriots? I think they should go.
They're definitely top 15.
Go behind Carolina.
15th. Yep. Okay.
See, I'm kind of stuck on the Giants and Commanders because the Commanders have actually been playing they.
Yeah, I would put Washington in front of the Giants, but I think the reason why we're not is because the record. I mean, they're one game apart, but they started 8.
1-7-4. They both got 7 wins.
Well, one has Carson Wentz on the roster, so that there by default.
We could put him, but we could put that 32 then by itself.
Yeah.
Man.
I think the Jacksonville definitely needs some play.
Yeah.
Maybe 17, 18, somewhere in there.
Okay, but then you've also got to put Tampa Bay. You can't put them too low.
No, I would put them in the top 16 to 20 right there.
Yeah, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
And
then, they still
Jags.
You're putting? Are we putting Green Bay?
I think if they played right now, Jags would win.
Okay.
Green Bay looks good. They just got to figure some shit out.
I would put the Lions in front of Green Bay. 1, they beat them, and 2, Jared Goff doesn't have a punctured lung and a broken thumb, so.
And then, in all honesty, I would take the Colts out of the bottom and put Denver down there.
I think I'm forgetting about the Chargers. I think the Chargers should be 16 here.
It's hard to put them all in order.
I like that.
We can't be sleeping on Justin Herbert. They got some talent there. They're hurt, but they got some talent.
He's still playing.
Okay, and then
yeah, I would put Green Bay. They're at 20.
Yeah, I would take the Colts out of the bottom and swap them with Denver. Because Denver ain't doing shit, bro.
Okay. I mean, this isn't 5 right here at the bottom. This is going to be, what, 7?
Okay, well then just throw Denver down there.
Squeeze them in there.
Yeah, at least you put them behind us because we did beat them. Well, all right, we did beat them.
I don't even want to put
Raiders
in front of these guys. Okay, let's ride. I'm getting tired of that.
Raiders.
I think it's Lions then Raiders, or I could hear an argument for either or, but I think the Lions are the.
I like that, Lions Raiders. I honestly feel like if I wasn't on this podcast right now, Carolina wouldn't be in the top 20.
They wouldn't.
Y'all wouldn't. Probably not. Probably not.
They wouldn't.
Y'all would not have put them there.
I put them right. I don't know. They did beat Tampa.
They'd be 21-25 for sure.
Okay, then slide them down. So who deserves their spot? See?
No, I'm playing.
The Falcons?
Are you kidding me?
I was joking. I said the Falcons?
I would.
It pissed me off, but I like it, yeah.
It really did.
That whole division, though, is iffy.
We took Carolina out, put Falcons up there.
But
after Raiders, I would put Bears.
It's still green, dude.
Okay, I think the Browns are better than the Cardinals at the moment. I've been liking the Browns all season, though.
Yeah, and they get Deshaun Watson back, and I'm sure they'll massage everything out.
Exactly.
Hopefully, it can postpone them court dates.
And then the Cardinals have to go in front of the Saints. They beat the brakes off them earlier this year.
All right, so do we want to?
This looks pretty good.
I think Seattle's better than the Jets.
I think so too.
Yeah, but okay.
You doing it because of Mike White?
No. I'm talking about like 3 weeks ago, prior to Mike White. I mean, the Jets were looking like they were about to really surprise some people. You know what I mean? But now we got Tennessee over the Jets. Like
Tennessee would beat the Jets. The Tennessee does what the Jets does, but better.
Yeah,
like they play tough defense. They run the ball, and they do that. They play the same brand of football. If you're asking your quarterback to win a shootout, 9 times out of 10, you're probably not going to. Ryan Tannehill ain't going to win you shootout. Matt White, probably he may. Who knows? But
we haven't really seen that yet.
He beat up on some. Mike White beat up on some bad Bears defense.
Yeah.
And I'm excited because if you just look at this matchup here, we got the 49ers playing the Dolphins this week. That's exciting. You got the Kansas City playing the Bengals this week.
Carolina playing a bye week this week. That's a goal.
I hope.
Tennessee could
they might lose
after this week.
Foreman's going off this week.
You mean next Derrick Henry?
Yes, sir. Best running back in the league. Man's number 6 in rushing yards, only been starting for a game and a half. He's only started for 10 minutes of his life, and now he's best running back.
You want to know the difference between Foreman and Henry? Henry actually turned our defenders into blockers.
So, where we going with this list?
No score for a majority of the game.
I'm gonna format.
You couldn't score 1 point.
Well,
format this like every other like sports thing.
Earl Thomas knows about that Derrick Henry. His life ain't been the same since.
I think it's a pretty solid what we got going here.
Yeah, I'm not mad at that.
I don't
Pretty
like
solid.
seeing the Eagles blow the Chiefs, in my opinion, Tyler. But you know,
it's only because of y'all's record.
Me neither.
I like it though. I like it. It's all right. I just don't want to be close.
Mikey, after you built that list of like teams that the Eagles and the Chiefs.
Oh yeah, Eagles, Chiefs, Bills. Yeah.
Yeah, that's changed my perspective.
I had to break down that record, man. Like
hey, and they beat a good Colts team too, so we got to think about that.
Dude, I love.
Hey, I actually am going to back up Mikey here. The Colts lost to the Eagles, but the Colts beat the Chiefs. And if the Colts are a bottom 6 team, what does that say about the Chiefs being in front of the Eagles?
Yeah, move them back.
It looks a lot like Any Given Sunday to me. I mean, you can really flip flop these two. It don't.
But then, are we really keeping Dallas in front of Minnesota just because they beat them by 100?
No, they humiliated them. It was 37-point win, 40-3.
I know, but tell them, Mikey, Any Given Sunday, like
right.
Okay, let them play again this year.
With the Eagles and Colts. With the Eagles and Colts thing, like, it's not like they blew them out either. They barely won that one too. I mean, yeah, the Chiefs lost, but you know, at the end of the day, the Colts probably aren't as bad as everyone make them out to seem. I'm not saying they're good. I'm not saying
we ain't good, but we'll beat Baltimore.
Huh?
We'd beat Baltimore. I bet you that.
You beat Baltimore?
We would. We'll beat Baltimore. All right.
Here's how I see that game going. We're gonna be up by 30 points in the first half.
then Matt Ryan will pretend that's not 28-3, and he'll actually play quarterback.
like we'll be up by 20 points first half. Just know the second half, y'all probably gonna come out firing that thing.
Yeah, from now on, we can't call him Matt Ryan. We gotta call him Happy Feet.
What happened to Matty Ice?
He's now Happy Feet. That's his name.
Oh man.
Man, that man's back there like a penguin, just wallowing around.
Like, we probably the best first half team in the league right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's 2 halves, so I mean,
yeah,
there's that.
You say that, but then Carolina held you to no scores.
Y'all like the only team to do that.
Understand how much of an accomplishment that was. Like, y'all ain't scored no points.
Every other team, we've been leading by damn double digits.
I know, but then Carolina held you to 0. Not even nothing. You ain't even get 1 point. Best defense in the league.
Our defense happened to be a little bit better.
Hey, look, on the real though, Jace Horn's one of the top 3 cornerbacks in the league at the moment.
Well, what's his name? DeMarcus Robertson still had like 100-something yards.
Yeah, but no points. Yards don't win games.
He said, but no points.
Yards aren't totaled to a win. You know what I mean? You could get 900 yards and score nothing but field goals and lose a game.
Yeah, yards don't win.
I understand that.
It does. Speaking of trades, Brian, me and Tyler want to talk to you. Once I explained to him everything around this trade, he wants to cancel it.
Yeah, Brian, we need to cancel the trade.
Why?
Because I forgot about the playoffs. I was like, there's no shot Odell's coming back to play, and we've only got 2 games left in our season. And Mikey was like, what about the playoffs? I was like, oh, shit. I forgot all about him. Because I'm definitely going to be there. It's going to be 3 of us, or the 4 of us, and somebody else. Sam, and SJ.
Once I had it slated to him. I got back in here. He said, "I can't believe you accepted that trade."
So it doesn't give you the option to cancel.
Oh,
no. Neither of them.
Now that I'm in that situation, let me look.
Yes, you better hope everyone veto it.
I mean, I can go in there and Tyler. This is the second time this year I've had to go in and cancel the trade.
No more trades. I'm not trading nothing else.
Shoot,
That's what I got.
Look, I'll even go
thought
with
it was
that real quick.
an all right
and say-
trade. I was like, whatever, cool. I mean, it ain't no Gainwell for Devontae Adams, but
I almost got freaking Jonathan Taylor for damn near nothing.
I mean,
Oh God.
who said
I know. I
Watson's
hate
gonna
that
play
I
good
traded
this
him,
week?
man.
But I mean, Odell might not sign. Who knows? But I was willing to take that risk with 4 quarterbacks on my bench. Well, 3 on my bench.
This man's got half the quarterbacks in the league on his bench.
Hey, I picked.
trust me, I had to make it.
George.
I had to trade him. I think who did I trade you? Tony Pollard for Kirk Cousins. I was like, you son of a bitch over here hoarding.
Yeah.
Hey, that's
That's
smart.
a good-
Though, like,
God, that's a good trade, though.
My
eventually your
That's a good
quarterback-
trade.
But see, the thing is, for me, it's pulling the resources away from the competition.
Damn, that's a pick. That's a Buffalo pick.
Yeah, it was. I just saw it too. Fucking Jordan Poyer is fucking the man, dude.
Dude, did you see that throw that Josh Allen had?
I mean, I
For
had
that
to rewind
touchdown?
it and watch it again, and then watch it again, watch it in slow mo. That man had someone. He like, get off me, and then he saw the out of bounds. He's like, oh shit, I gotta throw this, and he just jumps up, throws a dart 10, 15 yards.
He's doing what Patrick Mahomes does, but the man's 8 foot tall and weighs 600 pounds, and he's white.
and will just absolutely blow you,
Yeah,
run you over.
it's crazy.